Holy guacca fucking moly, we're live. Amazing. Amazing, we're live. So, yeah. Wow, we're live. Jesus, that was intense, not gonna lie. It was intense because my anxiety was going haywire whilst it premiered. Anxiety is fun. So, yeah, no, we're live. Probably like a minute in. Nearly a minute in. So, yeah. Despite the fact that my anxiety was going haywire and it's still going haywire. No, I probably shouldn't have put it on for premiere. I probably shouldn't have put the video on for premiere. I think putting the video up for premiere was a bad idea, but it's okay. It's out there now, finally. That was just wow, you know. I mean, the anxiety was high because that was like the most ambitious project this year that I've actually done. You know, and it was something that it's just something I was very, it's something I was very passionate about. And yeah, so then again, I'm passionate about all the music I create. I mean, obviously there's certain duds. Oh man, it's out now. Ooh. Not only does my grip, but also so does my excitement because you know. So yeah, I'm already getting comments on it. So yeah, no, that's great. John, my man, what's poppin'? I had probably the most exciting thing to come out, which is obviously the second Symphony of the Net, which I've been teasing every day until it came out. I'm glad that that's nice. That's nice. I'm glad that I it's out. The second Symphony of the Net featuring Nep Queen is out. Like, jeez. I'm gonna talk about how that actually came about, right? So I was casually sat there, just thinking, you know, in my head, also on Discord, because I'm a Discord degenerate. Let's fucking go. No, so I was on Discord, right? I was having a conversation with Gamebot about Neptunia, right? And then I had a random thought, which was, ooh, why don't I remake that one little track that I made last year, which is the Symphony? Why don't I do that? And how about a Neb Queen on it? Because around the time I actually came across Neb Queen's channel, right? So after all that, after watching a couple of a bunch of her videos, you know, Gamebot was was saying to me about if I was to get her on one of my projects, and it would be, it would be wild, crazy. And that's when I thought, how about I actually do it? And what did I go ahead and do? I went ahead and actually did it. I went ahead and I reached out to her on Twitter. So yeah, that was that. It went. It was wild. Because like, Jesus Christ. I think I reached. When did I reach out to her? Did I reach out? I think I reached out to her just like. I think it was after I made the track. After I composed it, I reached out to her. Originally, the script was going to be longer because obviously so the stuff that the video, it's a script. I wrote a script because yes, look, it's better than using pre-recorded lines. But that was yeah. I was originally going to go for you know what I mean, because the original has pre-recorded stuff, and I'm talking about like the very first iteration of it. The very first iteration had the pre-recorded lines, which is why I wanted to remake it and think actually I could hire someone to do Neptune's voice, and Nep Queen sprung to mind. And I thought, yeah, like I said, then I reached out to her on Twitter because I thought her Neptune impression was actually really good. It is really good. So yeah, that's how that little thing happened. And then shortly after that, when I showed her the script, we both agreed that what I put down on there, there was quite a lot. You could honestly think, seriously, if I could present to you what the original script looked like, it was long. It was 13 lines in total. And honestly, I think right. So originally, I shortened it down to 8 lines, but then I thought, nah, this is unnecessary. This is unnecessary. The amount of lines that you have there is unnecessary. It's unnecessary. So what I did was I removed an extra 3, and then we stuck with 5. So yeah, that's whilst we were waiting, because obviously Nep Queen is a busy person. She is a very busy person, and obviously I'm respectful about that. So whilst I was waiting, I was working on Multiverse Dangers or working on other projects, and then I thought, listening, I think it was like a month later, I listened back to it and I thought, hey, why don't I start? Why don't I go back and work on it again? Why don't I go and revise it? Let's say I revised it like nearly 15 times since then. I revised it pretty much nearly 15 times, and it was you could literally, Jesus Christ, you could literally You could ask one of my friends about how many times I revised it, right? Because I literally kept sending him stuff. I kept on sending him the revisions for it, and it's like it was just really funny because it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that like after the when I said to him that when I said to him that it's fun, he probably didn't believe me, and I'm like, no, 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 it is done. It is done. Bloody hell! Hey, up the British man is saying stereotypical British words. Oh, bloody hell! No, but for real though, right? We gotta agree. If provided if you've actually listened to it, we gotta agree. The fucking banjo solo goes hard. That banjo solo I composed, it goes hard. It's near the end of the track, but I went all out on that. Jesus Christ, I went all out on it, and honestly, I think it really is a hell of a banjo solo. Exactly. I should ask people. I should ask if I imagine, right, a banjo so right, because I actually attached the score into the description of it, right? So like if you want to view the orchestration or whatever, you can do. But I've just thought, right, if a banjo player wants to play that, this is just going to go out all. This is just going to go out on the vault. If there's any banjo players out there who wants to try and attempt that banjo solo, go right ahead. Hit me up, and I'll send you the banjo score. Keep in mind, I don't have experience in notating a banjo, so it's probably not even possible. If it's possible, then yippee-ki-yay. I don't think it's possible. I have the feeling that it's not gonna be. I have a feeling that that banjo solo, whilst it goes fucking hard, I don't think it'd be possible to be played. I actually don't think it'd be possible to be played. Because one, the speed, the tempo of it is 165. Let that sink in. It's 165, and listen to how complex it sounds. Because, some people write a solo, it'll be very simple, right? No, not me. I wanted to go all out on it. And that's what I did. I went all out on it. So yeah, that was fun. Crazy banjo solo. Originally, that was all the when that what I call it is a beat drop. When the beat drop kicks in, I originally had plans to have like the nepinator in the background, just like overdubbing it, just like doubling it, and then I thought, nah, it just sounded too chaotic because the nepinator has like this delay effect on it, and it you can actually hear like what I actually originally wanted to do in the video, which is called "Coming Soon," because that was a teaser for it. That was like the original teaser for it. And I'm actually, honestly, right, I'm actually glad that I actually didn't talk to hell about it when I streamed 2 days ago, because like I said, this is the perfect time to talk about it because obviously it's just come out. So yeah, I could, I should maybe I should do like a whole video talking about how I put it together. You know, like a more in-depth talk about it. But like I said, I don't think that going back onto the banjo solo, I don't think it'd be possible. Banjo solo, bro, over dubbing can be really cool if it's used as oh wait, hang on, I can just do this. I can just do this. Overdubbing can be really cool if it's used as a background element and not a traditional double track. Yeah, true. And yeah, a breakdown, track breakdown would be cool. Exactly. I would I could do that. I could do that. I'll probably wait a few days before it actually comes out because obviously, you know, this has only just released. So yeah. Um but yeah, no, this is one of those projects that's been like this is one of those projects that you know when you get those projects and you think, ah, it's not gonna happen. You know those types of projects where you think of it and it sounds way too crazy to even be done. I thought it was going to be one of them. This was going to be one of them, and that it would have like completely gone to shit. But obviously, as you can tell, it's come out. So obviously, the I'm gonna obviously we were completely wrong about that. So yeah, that like I said, this is like I said at the beginning of the stream, and again, you can just watch it back if you've missed it. This was one of my like really great like it. I never the thing with collabs, right? I very sometimes I will because I have asked people to do collabs before. You know, I asked, for example, I asked, there's this guitarist that I heard of one time, right? And I reached out to her on Instagram, asking her if she wanted to be part of a score, and she couldn't do it. So that was this is not for Symphony of the Net. This is like completely different. Uh, yeah. So she was originally I originally asked the guitarist one time, being like, "Hey, yeah, want to perform on a score? Want to perform on a soundtrack?" And she was like, I can't, sorry." And I was like, "It's okay, it's okay." And then obviously, and then like another collab thing that I really had that was actually somewhat successful, except we had to like lay her off respectfully, obviously. Which was masked violinist for Multiverse Dangers. But yeah, no. My the point I'm trying to get across is whenever I ask people to collab with me, it's very rare. It's very rarely say yes. So this is a win. I count this as a win. So yeah. Hold on. I need a drink of water. That means I'm going to put my phone down on the bed and I'm probably going to sound all muffled. Or the other way around, where it probably deafens you. So rest in peace, headphone users, if it's very loud. Actually, that wasn't loud at all. Jesus Christ. little life lesson for you: always hydrate. Don't do what I do and just drink coffee. Yeah, I'm a coffee addict. Uh, the best thing about all this, though, right? So if there's people that actually enjoy what the Nepinator sounds like, right? The best thing you can do is you can actually download it. I actually put out the Nepinator. I've already like shown it off. The Nepinator actually featured in Multiverse Dangers, which now that I think about it, it kind of ruins the name of it. But hey ho, there you go. Uh, I think it's cool though. I like the Nepinator because it has this like, how do I describe it? It's like this has this laser gun kind of sound to me. It sounds like a laser gun, or a laser gun if it went to a nightclub or something. It's a weird analogy there, but there you go. Yeah, no, I like the Nepinator though. Like I said, it's got this like very synthy quality to it. And the fun fact is, I made that completely out of like the initial patch in Vital. I just pissed around with Vital on there. Yeah, after a bit of pissing around, I came up with the Nepinator. Strangely, not unironically, that's the wrong term. Strangely, it sounds like a synth you'd hear in a Neptunia soundtrack, which is weird when you think about it. Like, have I accidentally recreated a Neptunia synth? That's literally what it sounds like. It literally sounds like that to me. Which is, it's that big square sound that everyone loves. Exactly! It's got that big square sound. That is the sound of Neptunia. That is literally what the music of Neptunia sounds like. It's got that big square sound. It even has the bends. The the synth actually does. The Nepinator does have this like gliding kind of effect, which if you play it very quickly, you can get like a really nice curve out of it. You know, I mean, if you mess around with it even more, you can probably turn it into like a real like, because that is actually like a short preset. It'll only, I mean, if you actually press down on the note, it does actually have this really interesting kind of after effect, which is it then it does like a little, I can't describe it. It's like a little swell. I don't know, but you can hear like some sort of after effect with it. I can't. I'm not a. I'm not a professional when it comes to describing sounds like samples. So bear with me because I'm very shit at that. Uh, but yeah, no. I'm gonna go over what actually inspired that track though, or like the entire movie style soundtrack album, because obviously at the very end, linked the uh, I linked the playlist because I'm counting that as part of the album now because yes. Um, so like the entire inspiration for that album, it's a mixed bag. It's a really big mixed bag. there's I've got in terms of inspiration, I was inspired by, strangely enough, Alexander Desplat, who made the music for Fantastic Mr. Fox. Which is, I mean, you can kind of hear it. You can kind of hear the inspiration. Like, if you listen to the Fantastic Mr. Fox soundtrack, you will be able to hear, like, the influences there. I was also influenced by the Grand Budapest Hotel. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a film, and Alexander Desplat scored it. I don't know how you actually pronounce his last name at this point. I'm kind of butchering it. But just type in Alexander Desplat and you'll find it. You'll find it. Or just type in Grand Budapest Hotel soundtrack and you'll find it that way. But yeah, I was also inspired by this other composer. He's not as well known, but he's called Blair Mowat. Blair Mowat. He's a Brit. Well, actually, he's Scottish. I've actually interacted with him a couple, like, before. I've actually interacted with him once in a Twitter DM, and I basically showed him. I basically asked him if he wanted to listen to one of my tracks, and he responded, being like, "Yeah, I get this quite a lot, but I'll try." As an update, he never actually listened to the track that I actually sent him. I don't remember which track he went, by the way. It was very old, I know that for a fact. Might have been Fighting the Dragon, actually. That's how old we're talking. That is like classic era for me. Classic era. He says as if he's some sort of big YouTuber. No, but yeah, no, I was influenced. Anyway, going back onto Blow Mower, he had this soundtrack out for this. It's this British drama comedy thing, and it's called Nolly. I've completely forgot what it's about, but there's this one track in particular which is called Nolly Goes to War. It's not what you think. Trust me, the title is deceiving. It's very deceiving. But that's yeah. Let's just say that the orchestration for the Second Symphony of the Nep, the music style that I imagined for Neptunia is off its fucking nuts. It's crazy. You have a choir over there. You have a little jazz band. You have Crash Bang Wallop Film Score Orchestra. Your traditional orchestra. That is literally what I imagined Neptunia to sound like. It's crazy. It's whimsical. I think that's the right word. This is, it's that kind of charm to it. Oh yeah, and then you also have the obvious, oh look, Pro Hill Company circuit drums, and wait, what's that? Oh, it's an Epinator. Everyone get your Nepinators out. Ayo. Okay, I should actually make that into a meme at some point. Alright everyone, welcome to music theatre. Welcome to music school. Today we're going to show you how to use the Nepinator. But sir, this is just a MIDI keyboard. Wrong! It's not just any keyboard. It's not just any keyboard. Seriously, play the note and you'll hear it. It's, gentlemen, synchronize your Nepinators. That is beautiful. Gentlemen, synchronize your Nepinators. Oh my god. Gentlemen, this is the Nepinator. No. Wait, there's more. Jesus. I actually okay, for those who will have like just joined this. Like this is there for those who are watching and like haven't actually seen the teaser, but for the teaser trailer for I literally went all out. I should have used Nepinator in that. I should have little the video before the Symphony of the Net 2. Um, I did make this shows how committed I am because I made it like a specialized teaser track for the can you guess teaser. Hang on, let me try it. I'm gonna try and add it. And then we're gonna play it because I don't want to blow everyone's ears off. There we are. Right. Let me just add it really quick. What it's called. I named it so simply. Go all guns blazing, boys. We're gonna use my data. We're gonna go all guns blazing. We're gonna use my data. But how do I sound with my data? Do I sound okay? I can't imagine myself sounding that bad with my data on. If in doubt, use your data. Sounds about the same as before, yeah. Okay, right, good. I think. I think that's good. Right, anyway, we're now going to appreciate the beautiful teaser music that I made for the teaser, which is simply just called Nep Teaser, even though the actual track is it's called Gearing Up slash Second Symphony of the Nep Teaser or something like that. Anyway, here we go. Okay, there we are. I'm actually really satisfied by that. I'm actually really satisfied by that. Like, I'm not even kidding, right? So I actually downloaded new drums onto that. I actually downloaded like a new drum kit, which turns out was actually added to my percussion library that I use sometime last week. One of my friends was telling me about it, and he goes, "I'm surprised you didn't know." And I said, "No, I didn't know." I wanted to cry when I found that out. Christ above! I didn't even know that. I'm not even kidding, right? If I knew how to play videos on the stream, I would show you like the because I recorded like a little live reaction video to actually finding the drum kit. So I was scrolling on MuseHub, which is the place where I get my sample library. Well, sample libraries, the only working music store. Yeah, no, there's still sample libraries. They're very different to sound fonts. I was scrolling through the sound page for that, and you know it has like a reviews tab, and on the reviews tab it says about some sort of drum kit, and I thought, are these people on mushrooms? There's no drum kit in Muse Percussion. There's no drum kit. And then I saw another review talking about it. I'm thinking, surely these people are on something. They've got to be on something. So I opened up MuseScore 4.4, except it was the beta one. Because, yeah, the actual released version isn't out yet. So I was, I had a look at that. And no joke, I found it. The drum kit that I thought everyone was on mushrooms about was there, and I thought, holy fucking shit! I was blind to it. I didn't even know it was a thing. Obviously, in the Second Symphony of the Nep, the drum kit I used there is studio drums from Crow Hill's Vaults, but I didn't even realize that for like a week now pretty much. Like just over a week, this the it had a little drum kit. I could have updated it then. I could have updated the second symphony of that, but I didn't because, to be honest, I like both Crow Hill drums and the Muse drums. The Muse score drums. I thought, okay, I want to make a demo, but at the same time, I want to hype people up, and that's what I did. If in doubt, you want to do one thing and you also want to do the other, just combine them. That's what I did. Except I do actually plan on making like a more, how do I describe, like a more, oh, this is the drums, listen to them kind of thing. I do want to do something like that at some point. I don't know. I'll probably do it when the actual thing comes out. Like when 4.4 Symphony score actually comes out. So yeah. It is a good drum sound though. It means I no longer have to use the crappy MS Basic one. Yay! Everyone, celebrate. But get your drinks out. Get your drinks and snacks out. I don't know. It means I no longer have to use a crappy drum sound form, which, by the way, the Muse Score 1 sounds very crappy. It does sound very crappy. For one, the sound font has no round robins. So if you wanted to try and do like a little drum break kind of thing, it would be the same sound. So you'd be getting that shotgun effect, which is a very horrible effect. It doesn't sound very nice. Which is why I have a thing against, because I have a thing against BBC Symphony Orchestra Discover now from Spitfire. I am very much against that now because like that has no round robins. So if you wanted to, and I've used it, you know, I'm talking off of experience. So if I wanted to do like these crazy string ostinatos using BBC Symphony Orchestra Discover, it would sound terrible. By the way, on the actual track for the Second Symphony of the Net, I also used Labs Plus, which is a sentence I never thought I'd be saying. Because, you know, I did all those videos kind of being like, oh, Labs Plus is stinky kind of thing. But, yeah. I actually talked about how I got Labs Plus in like a previous stream. I forgot which one it was. So you're gonna have to go gold hunting for that one. But yeah. Let's just say that I was very positive in the Labs Discord, which may sound like I'm being sarcastic. I'm not. That was very positive. I'm just going to say it. I was basically very, I was optimistic about Labs in the Discord, right? Defending them, kind of, because there was people in there that were like probably people from VI Control, you know, very, very toxic. VI Control is a very toxic place, and I do not recommend for people to go there unless, of course, you want to lose a bunch of brain cells. Seriously, there's like on VI Control, there's people who are like in their 30s and they argue over the silliest of shit. Anyway, that is getting off topic. Yeah, so they reached out to me and be like, we want to send you some merch. and I wasn't very comfortable with that. In case you're wondering, I'm not comfortable with giving up my address. I'm a smarty, but yeah, no, I am not comfortable unless it's like a very close friend for that type of shit. So I didn't really get merch, and they were like, oh well, how about subscription to Labs Plus at no cost? And I thought, hey up, we got a bit of we got a bit of a gold bar here. And I thought, yeah, sure, why not? So boom, they basically gave me the keys to Labs Plus they gave me the keys to Labs Plus for a year. Actually, that makes it sound like as if I'm owning it. I don't own Labs. I have no control over Labs. Just want to make that clear. I don't have control over them. But I did offer to be a Discord mod for them. However, also, take this with a grain of salt, because it might not happen, but in the Labs Discord, they put out like a little form for those who wanted to opt in to become these people who get to hear about what gets added to Labs and things like that early. And we would have. I applied for it, so it might be that I do become somewhat involved with them in the near future. But take that with a grain of salt. That might not happen. It might not happen. But basically, they plan on opening. I'm allowed to say this because obviously that they put it in the Discord, so obviously I'm allowed to say it. But basically, they plan on putting like a little testing thing, like a little testing chat in there for very few people. So it's kind of like some people will get, like I said, people will get to test new features early. I have no idea if I'm going to be part of it, but I applied for it, so we're going to have to see what happens. I mean, I have an open mind about it. If I do become a tester, like a beta tester. If I do become a tester, that would be deep and fucking crazy. Obviously, I wouldn't be allowed. If I do become part of it. There's one thing I want to make clear. If I do become like a tester for Labs, that doesn't mean I would be able to post about new features. They stated in the announcement in the Discord that they would ask for me to keep, like, for people, whoever becomes part of like the beta testing thing, they ask that type of information of what's going to get added is classified, so I wouldn't be allowed to say anything about it. So yeah, I don't know if I am going to get it. I mean, I'm going to keep an open mind about it. So yeah, we're just going to have to see what happens. I don't know if it means that I get to try out new packs that will get added to it. Probably not. I think it'll just be like. I mean, it might be. Who knows? It might be. But another contributing thing would be that whoever is like the beta test, like the testing people, they also get to like have their opinion and like on the things that they want to do. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, take what I said about me possibly becoming part of that team with a grain of salt, because it might not, because it, I might be saying all this, and then it might not actually happen, and then everyone will be like, oh, well, you said this, and I'm like, yeah. So yeah, no, just take that information, like I said, with a grain of salt. Anyway, yeah, I actually used some of the Labs Plus stuff on the second symphony of the net, because I thought, fuck it, why not? I used Museo products on it, why not use a bit of Labs too? So yeah. Use a bit of well, actually, you can look at the description, because in the description I have every single sample library that I use. So yeah, that is crazy. I'm just, I mean, hang on, I'm gonna look at my notifications really quick. Ooh, I'm getting comments on the second symphony of the net. Ooh, let's go. I just saw a YouTube notification. That's nice. People are actually looking at it. That's fun. I just got a comment on it. Someone commented cool on it, which is great. People are listening to it. That is great. That means a lot. Literally, I was just scrolling through my notifications just to see what was going on my notifications, because believe it or not, I have a shit ton of them. But yeah, no, it's great. People are listening to it. I'm glad, because that took a while to make. A lot of time was put into that. I think, when did I start it? I think I started it in April, I think. I literally started the second symphony of the NEP in April. And yeah, so that, if you do the, let's just do the maths let's just do the maths very quickly. 4 or 5 months it took to release. 4 or 5 months, something like that. Which, when you think about it, doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're actually in the moment, that is a long time. But like I said, worth it. I think that the long amount of waiting was worth it. I particularly enjoyed the electronic drums that I added. Because I added them to like amp up the chaos and like the the climax and the banjo solo, and it just goes hard. It just goes fucking hard. So yeah. And as I've been streaming for nearly an hour, I think I'm gonna end off the stream. Yeah, that was great timing. That was great timing. Okay, yeah, I was gonna end the stream anyway. That was great timing. Okay, well, yeah, and enjoy whatever it is you're gonna be doing. So yeah, I'm gonna be ending the stream anyways. So yeah, great timing. So yeah, thank you to those who joined, and for those who are going to be watching the VOD, thank you for also watching. Because to be honest, I'm surprised there's people who actually listen to me ramble on. So yeah, yeah. If you enjoyed the stream, which will also be a video, you know, do in fact consider subscribing. And I'm looking at the viewer thing. I don't know what the people the thing that shows who's watching. Someone's joined at the wrong time because I was going to end the stream. Yeah. Jesus. That was probably bad timing. It's fine because I do it. I do it myself. I end up joining someone's stream and then they're going to they end up actually like leaving or like ending stream, and it's like I'm very bad at keeping track of things like that. Except recently, I've actually gotten better at that. Recently, I have, I have. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. Anyway, yeah. So thank you for tuning in, and if you're watching the VOD back, thank you for watching, and I hope that the stuff that I taught was, well, I didn't really teach anything. What am I on about? The stuff that I were talking about was somewhat entertaining. So, yeah. Ta-ta.